I figured out a way to work with Slack, Linear, and GitHub using AI agents. So I send a message on Slack, create a ticket on Linear, and on GitHub, a pull request is automatically made by the AI agent waiting for me to review. Of course, you can go ahead and make it even more complex by adding a QA agent, somebody who does code review, somebody who actually runs the test and checks the work, and maybe an agent which also merges the request. Now, it does not have to be complex. We're going to set up it step by step, and we're going to be using today's sponsor, which is Parsi AI, for doing this. All right, so the platform that I'm talking about is Parsi.ai. That says that it can run your company autonomously. And this is actually pretty cool. This is cool as an experiment if you want to link Slack, Linear, and GitHub in order to do everything possible, right? So there are a lot of use cases that you can do as you see on their website, but I'm just going to focus on the tech side, right? So we're not going to take a look into sales, growth, all of that, because that is like marketing sort of thing. I'm going to take a look at just the developer, the tech side of things, and we're going to specifically look into Slack, Linear, and GitHub, because these are like three platforms that I also use basically every day. So once you go on this website and once you create an account, you would be taken to your dashboard. Now I have done some work already. So let's see if I can remove this. Yeah, I can disconnect it. I just want to show you everything from scratch, right? So when you log in into Parsi, you're going to see that there is a channel that you can set up that is Slack, right? There would also be the ability to create more workspaces and agents and stuff. So you don't have to get confused right now. Let's do it step by step in order to understand it properly. So I'm going to create a new agent. Let's say I'm going to name this as my Slack Tech Buddy, right? You can give it any voice. Since we'll definitely not be working with voice a lot, we'll be just using Slack and Linear. So I'm just going to not focus on this a lot. All right, so once you create the Slack Tech Buddy, you can obviously change the avatar and photos and all if you want to do that. You're gonna see some updates over here, right? So under the hood, it is indeed running a full agent, a system which you can talk with, and that is why it says like you can create like multiple agents as well. So if you want like a code reviewer, a developer, a QA agent, all of that, everyone would have their own different systems of memory, the ability to execute code. There would be separate personalities, so you can customize that. But right now we're gonna keep it simple, and then we're gonna increase complexity as it goes. So as you can see on the right, it is showing me some information. Hey team, Mehul Mohan. That is what I signed up with my email address. I'm your Slack Tech Buddy. Think of me as your team Slack Copilot, so on and so forth, right? So I can talk with it over here. If I send it a hey, you're gonna see you can also select the model, and based on that, it'll automatically respond. But the core idea is that I want to bring this Slack Tech Buddy into my Slack first. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on connect on the Slack. I'm gonna open api.slack.com/apps. If you see over here, I already created this code reviewer, which was like the previous thing which I disconnected just now. So I'm going to create a new app, and I'm going to create it from manifest, because that is what Parsi says, right? I'm going to select my workspace, which is a private workspace that I created. Go back, copy the manifest, paste it over here. So it requests for a bunch of things, permissions and stuff that would allow it to use. And you can also see this command, right? Slack Tech Buddy, which you can use. Click on next, click on create. And this is going to create your client, right? So I'm going to reset all these secrets so you don't have to worry about them visible in the video. Hopefully you should not be able to use them by the time you're watching this video. Anyway, so we have to do a bunch of things over here. So generate token and scopes. And let's say this is Slack token, connections, right? And generate. So I'm going to copy this, paste this over here. Then I am done. And then I'm going to go above and look at this install app over here. And I'm going to install this to my workspace. Allow. And I'm going to copy this bot user OAuth token and paste it back into this. You can leave the advanced setting as it is. It's fine. And you can just connect the Slack bot. Once you do that, it will show you it's restarting the gateway. Just wait for a minute and it will automatically work. All right. So once it's installed, it'll say edit here instead of connect. And now you can head back to your Slack, right? And you should see a Slack Tech Buddy or whatever your name was. And you can start chatting with this. So I'm going to send it hey. And it shows me like it's generating some response, and it just responded me in the thread itself, right? It just told me, hey Mehul, what's up? Now this is all fine and good, but I don't want a bot that I can talk just in Slack. I want to make it useful. So the next step in order to make this useful is to make it an autonomous dev team with 3 AI agents that take a linear ticket. So this is a blog post that I was following, which describes basically how the workflow works. This is from one of Parzy's team member itself. So they describe you like how you can make this possible. But if you want to skip ahead to the actual implementation, let me tell you how to do this in the first place. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see that there is a link over here, which you'll also find in the description of this video. This is a GitHub repository link, which includes agent templates. Now the Slack setup has been done through the configuration that we did, right? The 4-minute setup, the 3-4-minute setup that we did. But the rest of the stuff, the developer agent, QA agent, and tech lead agent, this can be done by the bot itself. So if you look inside this, you're going to see developer agent has 15 skills of full stack developer, linear tickets, planning, cross review, implementation, and PRs, right? So technically this is all I need for now. I don't need QA and I don't need tech lead agent for now as a first time thing. Once we have set up developer agent properly, then you can add a tech lead, QA, even somebody who's responsible for merging the pull request directly. And this is actually pretty straightforward to set up as well. All you have to do is take this repository link, copy this, go back to your bot and say it. Clone this repo. Okay, I just made a mistake. I just sent the message without repo. Clone this repo, this link, and I'm going to go ahead and copy their prompt as well, right? So they have a prompt here. Here is a template for developer agent, and you'll find a folder developer agent in it. Just use that for now, right? Then we have the prompt. Here is a template for developer agent. Please create a new agent called developer agent. Install all skills from this folder into this new agent's workspace. Set up the agent's identity and soul.md. Load the build developer agent skill and kick off the setup process. And the rest of the setup wizard would walk us through connecting GitHub, linear coding agents, and all of that, right? So once you're done with it, give it an enter and just wait for it to respond you, right? So it might take like a few minutes of time in order to understand and do everything, but wait for it to set it up for you. All right, so you can see it has already created a developer agent. It says it already exists because I already have created this under the same Parzy account, but we can still set up the GitHub and the linear part, right? So it says me I need a GitHub personal access token with repo access to get started. You can generate one here and then linear as well. So we have to do these things, right? So let's do them. So I'm going to create a new token, which should be repo scoped. And for this demonstration, I'm just gonna name this Parzy AI token, right? And I'm gonna set the expiration as well for 7 days. I want to give it only to a select repository, which I would be working with. Let's look at this iscloud2x.com, right? So this is a fun little project that I made. If you visit iscloud2x, this basically is dead now because this was just a couple of weeks. For 2 weeks, Claude basically gave you 2 times the usage, right? Last month. So now this project is just dead and I want to just wind this up. So that is what's gonna be a ticket for this agent for me to just take a look at what's going on. But anyway, I'm just gonna give it access to this one repository. You can feel free to give it access to public repositories. I think that is, or all repositories, depending on like what your use case is. I would still suggest and recommend that you pick the repositories that you want to give it access to and generate token. All right, so once you have the token, I'm gonna write GitHub token here, and I'm gonna go ahead and create a new linear workspace, right? So I am familiar with linear, so that should be fine. I don't want to authenticate with GitHub. I'll do this later. All right, so here is our workspace. I'm gonna go to settings, and I'm gonna scroll down to this API section, actually not API, security and access over here, and create a new API key. Let's say this is again Parzy AI key. And I'm just gonna give it access to full workspace for now because, you know, this is a fresh instance. Create, I'm gonna copy this and paste this here, linear API key. Again, I would remove and revoke these keys so you don't have to worry about them. And now let's just wait for Parzy to set it up. Just listing some of my public repositories. I'm just gonna tell it you should set up and clone Mehul MPT iscloud2x because technically it only has permission to work with that repository. And while this is working, I'm just gonna create a new channel iscloud2x just to denote that this is like a project that I have. Can be public for now. I'm gonna mention it. It's gonna say it's not in the channel, so I'm just gonna add this bot. And as you can see, when I mention it in a channel, it acknowledges it with an I, right? Because in channel, there could be many people. So technically you can have like different channels as well for, you know, doing different stuff. Like you can have one channel per repository and you can have a bunch of AI agents. You can even keep AI agents separated per repository if you want like even more isolation. But for the most part, if you are giving an agent your GitHub and your linear, chances are that it can just work cross repository as well. Now look at this. It has cloned the repository, but it's also asking me to set up a coding agent. If you want, you can also use a custom coding agent. Now, obviously, this agent itself is a coding agent in the first place. But if you want this agent to operate another coding agent, that is also possible. For example, if Claude Code's harness is good enough, which we have seen, like harness plays a very important role. If you want to use Codex, for example, in order to modify the code, they already have those custom system prompts and stuff, which is important, which makes code quality better. So your AI agent not only just has to update the code, but it can also use an existing coding harness in the first place to make those changes. Now I'm just gonna move this conversation from here to this channel. So I'm just gonna ask it, hey, did you set up the Claude 2x project already? All right, so as you can see in the channel itself, I have Slack Tech Buddy configured with Linear as well as with the GitHub repository that we had. And now I just want to test a workflow. What I'm gonna do is go back. I'm going to delete these issues that we have over here. I'm going to create a new issue and let's say deprecate is Claude 2x and redirect to Mehul's Twitter. Since the promo is over, no point in keeping the website up. Redirect the website to Mehul's Twitter. Now I am not specifying which link it is, so I wanted to configure and figure out, which one it is. I'm not gonna assign it to anyone for now. I'm gonna create this issue and I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it. I created an issue for, is Claude 2x. Can you please implement it and send me a pull request on the main repository? Let's see how this does the work. So it changes emojis. It first reacted with fire. Now this is like a tech guy. I'm sure there's a meaning of these emojis. And I think I saw somewhere that you can also customize it, right? So if you go over here inside the advanced settings, you have the ability to customize at least the acknowledgement reaction and a bunch of more settings if you want. Okay, so it pointed out a mistake. I just asked it for an update, like what's going on. And it told me that I've given it a token, which is a read-only token. So I have to actually give it a better token. Try this now. Let's hope that this one works. And while it's doing this, you can see that it got my profile URL right from its training data or hopefully from the code itself as it's browsing through it. And the code at least looks like it'll work because it's not a lot of code. You just have to do a redirect. So I'm assuming it would work. Okay, so it says me branches up now opening PR and everything is done. The PR creation is blocked. Token needs pull request. Pull requests, read and write, update. Try now. I gave you permissions. So it's going to be an initial little to and fro, with the agent setting up permissions and stuff. And now if I look at the pull request section, you can see that there is a new PR available. It has opened under my own account because that is what the PR was, right? It also mentions closes TEA5. And this is important because if you mention this, Linear can automatically pick the PR, right? So it can automatically, once I merge this, it'll be able to merge it, right? And as you can see, it has basically just removed all the code, which is expected. And all it has left is this response.redirect with the redirect URL of 301. Now it's using 301, which I know personally is a permanent redirect code, right? So I don't want this. I want to say it. Can we use temporary redirect instead? Because I don't want just the domain to be fully blocked by somebody who has visited it. Maybe I change the domain use later and 301 actually gets cached in the browser as well. If it gets cached, it'll just automatically redirect, right? So it has updated to 302 and pushed PR number 6 is already up. So if you go back, we can already see there's a refresh dialog over here and it has just committed the change, right? So it's pretty cool that within a few minutes of time, I was able to configure an AI agent that I can work inside Slack now, right? So I can ask it, can you think of any creative ideas we can do with this domain? So I can talk with it. It's like a channel-based space, a workspace where I can now create multiple such agents. And imagine like if I add a QA agent on top of this as well. I don't know why it would yawn on the idea of creative ideas. But anyway, it's giving me some ideas, but it's fine, right? Obviously, like The domain that I bought was meant for that specific duration itself. But again, it's pretty fun that you can just invite an agent inside Slack. And the actual way of working with this is not like I am showing you alone inside a Slack workspace. It's basically with people, right? So imagine like you have a team of 5-6 developers and you have like 3-4 AI agents as well who have limited context and understanding and access of the code base. And you want to give them stuff to do, work to do, move this linear ticket, create some issues, go to GitHub and resolve the pending issues which are not merged, take a look and, send as many PRs as you can. And then you obviously review the work. So this is a tool that does not replace you, but you can bring Parsi out of the typical shells of tools which are there, like Claude or like Codex or all such tools, and you can make them operate under Slack, which becomes your observation layer. And that is what I like about this blog post as well, right? So if you look at some of these screenshots inside the blog post, you will see far more complex workflows. I just gave you a simple example which you can do in the next 15 minutes, but then this can become complex as you are adding more agents, more integrations, more stuff which your AI agents can work on, right? I would recommend separating agents based on projects. I think that is a fair enough approach. You can also separate agents based on deployment. So it just allows some agents to deploy the code, not every single one of them. And then there could be code reviewers as well within your Slack workspace, right? So it's a fun way to work in a tech domain, in a tech space using AI agents. And if you want to go inside your agent's head, inside the brain, you can use Parsi's dashboard, because this files over here, for example, shows you everything that's going on inside the agent itself, right? All the markdown files like soul.md, tools.md, everything that it has access to, including this one project that I just created right now, right? So this is what it cloned inside its own computer, right? So this agent has a computer of its own, so it can do things that I showed you just now. And it's also always on, right? So you can just message it, it will respond it. You can set up cron systems, cron jobs. It has memory, so it remembers like what's going on. So you can check this out. You'll find all the links in the description, which I have been using in this video to set everything up. And do let me know in the comments, what do you think about the future of coding and development? Do you think this is the way to go forward? I feel that this is a good enough compromise between AIs coming into human tools and humans approaching AIs, right? Not everything requires a dedicated app like Claude Code, for example. Sometimes you just want to send a message on Slack and let everything else take care of its own. And I think this presents that as a perfect opportunity to do. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you in the next video very soon. If you're still watching, make sure you leave a comment, "I watched till the end" below to tell me that you were still here, and let me know what do you think about the video.